As humans, we express our ideas, thoughts, and feeling by communication to understand each other's. The most known way of communicating is by words. Yet, communication involves more than verbal exchanges. Out of all forms of communication that we know, the most powerful one is silence. One day I was facing some issue with the project that I was working on. I gently asked the director for some time for us to consider this issue, and surprisingly, he stares at me without responding. I was confused, and I started to be anxious very fast. I was about to start talking to avoid being more uncomfortable than I am already. But instead, I decided to relax and maintain the silence until he responded. After this awkward 10 seconds, he agreed to call me to talk about it. And this troubling event makes me realize how powerful it is to know how to use silence in your favor. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. Leonardo da Vinci. Silence is very beneficial when it comes to talking. The tips that will make your speech more powerful and interesting is pausing before sharing your ideas with someone. These 10 seconds of silence before talking allow you to collect all your thoughts and organize them correctly in your head with the correct word before sharing them. Silent pauses will always help you to create more impact with your answer. You're growing the high of the expectations of people about what you'll say, because humans aren't used to silence. And this is why you'll get all the attention on you, because it's simply unusual to be silent. Sometimes it's best to stay quiet. The silence can speak volumes without ever saying a word. If used correctly, silence will also help you to get what you want in some negotiations or to get quick answers. By mastering your silence technique, you create a moment of loud and heavy silence by asking your question quickly and stop at the question mark without adding anything. With maintaining a neutral face and eye contact, this will create an uncomfortable blank for the person in front of you. And naturally she'll answer faster than usual and even say more than she have to. A wise man once said nothing. The art of saying nothing, or silence, can be extremely helpful for entertaining healthy relationships. By saying less, you avoid to say a lot. We used to get angry sometimes, and some of us don't control what they are saying in those moments. They can be really hurtful and talk about things that they don't really mean in real life, all because of anger. But when words are said, there's no way to return them back. So they tend to always messing up with people for no reason. By keeping quiet, you prevent making a small conflict bigger than it is. And it allows you to step back and think properly about how you'll handle the situation. However, using silence as a punishment isn't recommended. The silent treatment is refusing any communication with your partner, letting him confused and frustrated. It is considered as a psychological torture and will slowly destroy your relationships. By saying nothing, you express more. Communication is not always by words and sounds. Sometimes you can use non-verbal ways to communicate. You can express more than you think by eye contact or by eyebrows, by the way you're sitting on a chair, or by the way you're standing in front of people. However, you should really know how to use silence to make your partner understand exactly what you mean. If it used incorrectly, it'll be understood differently depending on people, and can be a source of issue and misunderstoods. By saying less, you develop your listening skill, which is the main tool to maintain healthy relationships. Ineffective communication starts when you are more focused on formulating your answers in your head than listening and trying to understand what the person in front of you trying to say. Sometimes, listening is the best tool to analyze and understand your partner and build a strong relationship. Listening skill is a must-have in every aspect of your life. It allows you to build constructive ideas, to analyze people and listen to them, which will makes you having different perspectives of one idea. Therefore, you can control every situation and earn people's respect just by listening to them. That's how you expand your views. Silent is the perfect way to provide the best perspective to yourself. Relax and keep quiet, because silence is sometimes the best answer.